Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, oh so thrilling comic book haul. Yes. Howdy. How we doing? I have a stack of comics over here. I have a stack of. I got some books. I got a magazine. I got all kind of goodies in the last couple of weeks. A lot of people watched my last video. I appreciate that. I got some new subs. Welcome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's just jump in and I'll start talking. Kind of what I do. So, I haven't shown this before. I got this for Christmas. This is Elliot S. Maggins' Last Son of Krypton. He wrote a couple of Superman novels in the 70s. I think this was late 70s. Right after the popularity of the movie, he wrote this, and then Miracle Monday. Miracle Monday is the one that I always hear about, that people want, they say is an amazing book. But he wrote this first, and this is a good book. So I'm told. I'm about halfway through. It's good. It's a little slower than I want. I'm not quite sure what we're shooting for yet, but I'm also a slow reader. It takes me a while to read a comic book, for God's sake. But this is fun. This is a very interesting take on Superman it's interesting so far. DC Comics continuing. I saw this local grocery store. I always pick up these. I always am fascinated by these magazines that have like big deep dives on characters. The Unofficial Story of Batman. I just really enjoy these things. I like having them around on the coffee tables and such. It's just for anybody to pick up, take a look at. Maybe somebody will find something interesting about Batman. That's cool. And this has a lot more comic book stuff in it than I would think. Usually these kind of magazines are based on like popularity of movies and TV shows, which of course there's a lot of that in here. But it's a lot of comic coverage. That's pretty cool. And then I just bought this today for the missus. For all you people that like to read stuff that doesn't just have pictures, like I like pictures. Here's Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, the whole box set at Ollie's. This was originally $100, marked down to 20. So that's a really good deal. I've never read these. I watched the TV show a few episodes. I really didn't quite get into it. But people say this, people that like this love it. So, if you're a book fan, Wheel of Time's out there. Alrighty. So I think I talked a little bit last time that I can't get away from the Death of Superman stuff. I keep picking these books up. And lo and behold, I haven't rebagged and boarded this stuff yet. Superman Man of Steel 17 newsstand edition with the barcode there. First cameo appearance of Doomsday, his fist punching through the wall. So now I have the newsstand. I showed the direct edition last episode. And then here is the second print. Ooh, see, it's white. It's got the Roman numeral there. Ooh. I like that kind of stuff. See, look, different. I don't know why I like that stuff, but I do. So now I have all those. I'm working on getting the rest of the cameos, and then I guess I'll have the whole set. I don't know. I'm goofy. Local comic book shop just closed yesterday in my town. Tom's Vintage Toys announced suddenly on Facebook that they were closing down. Oh my gosh. Not my favorite shop, but a lot of people loved it. They had everything. It was just the size of like a house. And they had comic books and toys galore, toys hanging off the ceiling, records, magazines, pop culture galore. So yesterday they had their last day, and I went at 10 a.m. Everything was 50% off too. I went at 10 a.m. when they opened. There was a line that wrapped around the building and down the street, probably 60 people in this line. And it was chilly here in the Midwest. So I said, I really don't want to stand in this line right now. I'll come back. They're open till 6. I'll come back. I had a date planned that evening with the missus. I said, I'll come back a little bit later this afternoon. 3:30, I came back. Still a line, about 20 people in line. And I'm like, well, I'm going to lose my shot here if I don't go. So I went and got in line. They were letting 20 people in they could only put 20 people in this building. My turn came, I go in, it's just packed. There's just stuff everywhere. People have gone through stuff. I got shuffled off to a corner where there were some long boxes and a bunch of Batman books. And then a hodgepodge of stuff just stuffed in. So I got a few good things. I was excited. Plus I got to give the guy a couple bucks before he retires, so that's always nice. Warlock and the Infinity Watch, #1, newsstand edition. He had a price tag of $5.99 on it. I got it, so I got it for $3. I really just want this because I really enjoy the Warlock character. But this was one of the first Marvel comic books I got when I started collecting. I got it in some kind of Toys R Us pack, I remember. So now I got a little newsstand copy that I can put on my spinner rack. I like to put stuff that I got as a kid on there, so I can just grab that anytime I want and read through and actually just enjoy the fun of comics. Crazy, right? Then we have, I always love this cover, so I picked this up for $4. Detective Comics 472, 50th anniversary of just Detective? Yeah, I guess just Detective. Batman Sherlock Holmes cover. This looks like a lot of fun to read. I just kind of flipped through it yesterday. I look forward to sitting down with this tonight and reading it. I started this morning. I put a little thing on Instagram myself, having some coffee, watching some pro wrestling, and flipping through this. Good start to the day. So that's a pretty cool looking book, huh? Then, you know what, man? I really lucked out because he had these two. I recently picked up the first issue of this, and he had the second two for a good deal. So I'm going to show that first issue again just because... Okay, so here we go. Batman, the Doom That Came to Gotham, Elseworld series, Mike Mignola on art. Yeah. So I found the next two issues then. So here's issue 1. Really hard to find these. The first time I really found these out in the wild. Issue 2. And issue 3. Or am I saying this wrong? Yeah, issue 3. So I got issues 2 and 3 yesterday, and then I was like, oh my God, where's issue 1 so I can read this? I know I bought it within the last 8 months or so. Where is it? And I got books and boxes everywhere, but I knew it was in one of the top ones, and I was able to find it this morning so I can read those. Then I've got, let me finish this up with some good old half-price books. Half Price put some new things out the other day. I was there on my lunch hour, of course. God bless my lunch hour. Just some cool stuff to read, and then one really nice key that I got for the good deal. Grant Morrison's Kill Your Boyfriend. I'd heard of this book. It's a Vertigo book. I know nothing about this except Grant Morrison's an always interesting writer, sometimes brilliant writer. I remember this book from like Wizard magazine back in the 90s. I don't know. It was like $1.50, so I want to read it. Then here is one that I just got strictly for the cover. And it made me want to buy the book. Imagine that, a comic book's cover making me want to purchase it and see what's inside. Exiles, I think it's like volume 2 or 3, because I have a bunch of the first volume. Exiles #6. But final issue, which I like final issues of things, mega-sized final issue, Secrets of the Multiverse revealed. Well, I would love to know the secrets of the multiverse. They're going to reveal them. Cool looking stuff. I flipped through this. A lot of barely dressed ladies in this. Apparently the secrets of the multiverse at a glance. A lot of scantily clad women. Who knew? But I'll read this. I'll add it to the giant, never-ending pile of things I need to read. Speaking of things I need to read, I picked up this whole Vertigo miniseries just because I enjoyed James Robinson's writing. And is this Mike Zool? I believe this is pronounced his last name. This is Witchcraft #1. I bought the whole 3-issue miniseries. Figured myself and my wife would enjoy this, you know. $1.50 each. Yeah, pretty cool. Then they had a bunch of variant comics. These big square-bound books. I picked up a couple J. Scott Campbell ones. Probably just going to try to resell them for the crazy J. Scott Campbell art fans. This is Detective Comics 1027. The J. Scott Campbell variant cover. Ooh. Huh. Not really my cup of tea, but I know I can make a couple bucks off this. So, and then they had, I might keep this one because I think this has some first appearances in it. I'll have to check. This is a black DC Comics Black Label book, Birds of Prey, the J. Scott Campbell variant cover. So, I don't know. We'll check it out, see if it's any good. I don't know. We'll see. But then the real big book, man, and I've found this book now at half price a few times. Look at this. Transformers, Robots in Disguise. Transformers #1 from Marvel Comics, 1984. $1.50. I don't know what the other price tags previously were on this. This was the only issue of Transformers in there. So this is, again, my thing with my half-price books. This was the only issue of Transformers in there. The first issue. Probably the most valuable issue, except maybe the last issue. But this had to have been a collector, right? This is a newsstand edition. There's no barcode. So this person that sold this to half-price books knew this was worth some money and could sell it on the secondary market and make a few bucks. Certainly more than he got paid by half-price books. But they didn't, and it's to my benefit because now I have another copy of this. I can sell this online or keep it. It's it's pretty banged up. Got some spine ticks. But I just saw one that had spine ticks and stuff go for like $200 online. But then I saw another one go for like $42. But I have a couple of copies of this. I need to resell a couple, and this is always going to be like a reader copy I could keep, By the way, the new Transformer comic from Image, from Skybound, so good. Issue 4. Oh, it's a fun book. If you're not reading that yet and you want just some fun, some popcorn fun in a comic book, pick that up. And, yeah, that's what I got this time, guys. Pretty good week. Couple of weeks. Did good. And that's what I got. You all be well, take care, be safe, and I will see you soon.